Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We are heading back to the Master System today and we are looking at some of the most terrible games once more for the system. Now, as always, this is not the definitive list. This is just 10 that I have picked and I've looked and scoured on the internet to see what you guys seem to hate. As always, let me know in the comments if there are ones I have missed or the ones I need to talk about for future videos. If you do really think I deserve it, please hit that like button and comment, and also subscribe for more content. We've also got the weekly podcast, and we've also got a $1 on Patreon where you get your own show, and you can also get involved with the Smut Squad. Right, let's get into it, shall we? 10 more terrible games for the Sega Master System. Cyber Shinobi. Now, I love the Shinobi games. I think they're great. Shadow Dancer, Shinobi, all the ones on the Mega Drive, awesome. They're fast, sharp, challenging action games. This ain't. This is like a cheap knockoff. It's sluggish, it feels empty, and lacks everything that made the Shinobi series absolutely iconic. So this is a game about meant to be a cyber-enhanced ninja warrior, but he's so slow. All your attacks are delayed, your jumping feels awkward, and there's no sense of that speed or agility that comes with the Shinobi series. What I liked when I played the Shinobi games is that they're tight, they're actually responsive. This game, the hit detection is terrible, not just for you, but for them as well. You're like, hang on, I didn't get hit there, or hang on, I hit you, you're dead. Stages are crap, they're repetitive, visually dull, they look like it's the same thing, it's a student project. Again, I don't make video games, probably do a better job than me, but either way, there's just no variety, there's no platforming, there's no memorable set pieces this game's meant to have, it's just boring. You have the same enemy types over and over and over again, and they do the same sort of thing. Like, it's terrible. It's like, oh, okay, we'll just copy that enemy in there about 1,000,000 times, and it's done. Like, your special abilities, including the Shinobi staples like the Shuriken and Jitsu, consume enemy from pickups. The problem is, you barely get any of them. All you're going to get from the majority of this game is just the shitty sword, and that's it. Then Jitsu's the best bit about the game. Why don't we get it? I did say, actually, about some of these enemies, like, yeah, the enemies are terrible, but sometimes they're put in unfair placements, and when you combine that with the bad hit detection and the crap controls, the difficulty just feels that the developers went, let's rank it up to 11, just for shits and giggles. Audio's terrible as well. Again, considering it's meant to be a cyber shinobi, it just feels terrible. Like, it really just feels like this is a student project, as I mentioned again, or something they thought, oh, this could be cool, let's just slap some ideas in and then not touch it ever again. What draft's it in? Oh, it's first draft. We've got a lot more drafts that needs to be done. It's just, considering this is meant to be the Shinobi franchise, bleh, bleh, bleh. Transbot. Now, Transbot is very bare bones, even for a Master System shooter. Like, it just feels like a tech demo. There's barely any stages, there's almost no variety, and the entire experience just feels like a terrible loop. Like, if you're expecting something like R-Type or Thunder Force or Astro Warrior, no, fuck that, you're not going to get it. Enemies just come at you in the same formations over and over. Like, it's like the Mighty Ducks just using Flying V. Okay, they're doing it. A Flying V! What other strategy have we got? Flying V! That's what it kind of feels of. You just seem to be shoot, dodge, repeat. That's it. Shoot, dodge, repeat. Could be a song, but it's not. There's no climax, there's nothing really to get you excited for. No. There are weapons, like in theory, weapon items do drop like a truck and you choose the weapon with that timing. But the timing's awkward and the icons just seem to cycle too fast. And some of the weapons you've got are absolutely crap. And when you die, you lose the weapon, so you're back to a crap default shot. Again, I suppose other games do that, like Contra. But unlike Contra, that's actually fair. Like, sometimes the enemies can spawn right in front of you, or waves can be here from behind you from impossible angles, and it kind of feels make deaths like, well, that's unfair, there's no skill here. Again, I can compare that to Contra, because Contra is a game of skill. This isn't. It's just when they just appear, and it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Also, with some of these levels, is meant to be like structured stages with obstacles and cool terrain and boss fights. Transbots offers nothing of that. It's just a flat, horizontal, empty game with the occasional palette swaps. And the problem is there's no payoff. Like, the game just keeps doing the same thing over and over again with no final challenge. You just seem to be playing for a high score, nothing else. Which, by those times, I think games had already moved on from that arcade style. That's why the home systems is like, we want actually something to do. The soundtrack, again, don't even bother, put your own music. Like, the box art promises like this big dynamic mech ship transformation. No. Transforming does nothing, and the weapons just feel the same, and the forms don't really add anything. Again, it's just basically saying, look at this shiny thing that does absolutely fuck all. Why, if anyone would have this, I don't know, although it does feel like a cheap packing game. Well, sometimes it was bundled with the Master System, and it probably shows. Just, I don't know, don't bother. Global defense. Now, the idea with this could sound quite cool, because you're essentially controlling a satellite. That sounds so cool, where you're the satellite defending Earth from missiles. Awesome. The problem is, it's a very, very slow game. You've got a D-pad controlling the crosshairs, and it's just a bit of a mess. It's very chaotic. You can't react in time to some things. The idea's there. They just don't do it properly. There's sometimes cheap hits. Spawning like Transbot, they spawn in random places that feels unfair. The satellite moves so slow. I get it, it's a satellite. Like Elon Musk, if he gets up there, he'd probably speed it up, or Tony Stark. But at the time, it's very, very slow. And sometimes like, come on, I want to kill it now. And that just leads to unfair deaths. And it's like, what's the problem? And again, it's the same sort of thing. It's the same type of enemies, the same waves, the same missiles. And there's no, like, escalation in the game. Like, there's no imaginary formations. We're back to the flying V bollocks again. It just starts to blend into one another. And if once you've played one level, you've probably seen it all. And this slow pacing kills that excitement. Again, like when you have most shooters, you've got that dodging, weaving, blasting. This is terrible because you're basically following a missile dot across the screen with your crosshairs as it's like falling behind. And there's no intensity. Like, imagine if Tom Cruise is doing this, it'd be cool as shit. Like, duh, duh, yeah, duh, duh, duh. I'm just messing around here, but you know exactly what I mean. It'd be awesome. But can you imagine Tom Cruise doing this? It'd be like, Ethan, move the satellite. I can. Benji, I'm doing it. But Ethan, you're not. It's not fucking moving. Well, it is. Just very, very slowly. The game does alternate between like a Star Wars style outside space segments and the Earth orbital defense sections, but they've got the same problems. It's slow, it's clunky, unfair enemy spawning, and instead of having that variety, the second phase just repeats the same issues, just with the different setting. Like, don't even bother. Bin it, burn it, with a slow-moving laser created by Elon Musk. Dragon, Bruce Lee story. Like, this was a downgraded port already of already a mediocre game. Like, it wasn't good on 16-bit systems, but the Master System just strips absolutely everything. Like, it was a repetitive brawler on the 16-bits. Well, it's even more so here. And Bruce Lee doesn't even look like fucking goddamn Bruce Lee. He should be one of the coolest characters to ever control. In fact, he's so fast he can just literally whip your head off. But here, no. He's so slow. He jumps like he's got concrete boots on. It just feels like I want to fight the controls more than I actually want to fight my opponents. And that's not how a good game works. Basically, Bruce Lee's got no moves here because it's been stripped down from the 16-bit games, and he's got basic punches and kicks with absolutely fuck all reach. It's like you're a T-Rex. There's no combat, real flow, no big combos, no interesting animations. That's not a fun game. That's just luck and boring because awful hitbox detection just is no. I don't like that. Again, imagine playing Streets of Rage 2, I specifically said 2, with awful hitboxes. The game wouldn't be fun. I wouldn't put it top of my lists for anything. It is a beat 'em up in the sense of it has, random enemies trying to swarm you and stuff, but the problem is it's the same type of enemies and their tactics are the same. They swarm you, poke you, back off, and repeat, and like poke you, that's a punch before anyone else says anything. Considering this is based on Dragon the Bruce Lee story, the Master System version removes the narratives. There's no cutscenes, no storytelling moments, and no context for the fights. It just seems like they've gone, okay, random martial art game, get Bruce Lee's name on this. You could have put Jackie Chan's name on this and it would have been absolutely fine. Most stages are just finished in a minute or two. That's not a good game, that's terrible. This game feels nothing like Bruce Lee. It's just, as I said, you could have put anyone on there. You could have put Minan on there as a Jutsu master. Alex Kidd, The Lost Stars. I've made it very clear. I hate Alex Kidd, apart from the Shinobi game. I think that game's awesome. I just don't like Alex Kidd. The Shinobi game's really good. Play the Shinobi game. With Alex Kidd, if you even look at the Miracle World, which I don't like, I know, have a go at me in the comments, but that was still known for its platforming, its fun exploration-ish, its vehicles, its shops, the rock, paper, scissors battles and all that. This, however, The Lost Stars, is just simplistic, it's boring, it's a floaty, auto-scrolling platformer, and all the charm of the original is gone. Like, Alex has absolutely no weight. It's like someone stuck a helium gun up his arse and go. Like, I don't know why I'd say helium gun, but it is. And he is flying around. So it's hard to get precise jumps, which you need from a platformer. His movement feels even more slippery than normal. He's slow to respond, which is not good with terrible controls. And because every jump is a gamble, it's like, well, we're just going to just go tits up as soon as the game starts. Like, levels are long. You have, like, these big linear stretches with random enemies and obstacles that can just suddenly appear with giving you no time to react. It's like you're doing the Battletoads, those bike levels. It's like, oh, wall, shit. It's like, oh, no, enemy. Like, some of the hazards here just feel like to catch you off guard rather than challenge you. And I don't like that. That's not really being creative. That's just being a dick. And because there's auto-scrolling as well, that just kind of forces you to react at the game's pace rather than your own pace. This means there's no exploration, like the original. Well, I'll say the original, like Miracle World. There's no sense of control. So when you've got auto-scrolling plus floaty controls, it's a terrible combination. The enemies are terrible as well, although I can sit there and have that same complaint with Miracle World. Fight the bat, or the lobster. Well, here you've just got screaming faces, strange clowns, odd robots. It's trying to be weird more than anything else. But again, Alex Kidd doesn't get off scot-free because you fight a fucking lobster and you're made to think it's good. You have a health system, but you don't really take lives from taking hits. Instead, your timer drains every time you're hit, which leads to a slow, really crap way of completing a game. Like, when you run out of time, that's the end of it. At least I prefer the one in the original game. Like, if he gets grazed by a bat, he goes... I heard that a lot playing my playthrough. And Death Gopher. I know it's not a gopher, but I always think Death is a gopher with a cane. That's how I've always think. He was a pain in the arse, but he's not in this game either. Like, it's stupid. And even after you beat all the levels, the game makes you through them and do them all again, but slightly harder. Like, don't get me wrong, if you look at this game from the box art and from the screenshots, it looks quite colourful and eye-catching, but the animations are terrible and Alex's movements are just terrible. So it's like, you lied to me. You lied to me, game. Often magazines are the way we had back in those days, and this would be an absolute lie. And overall, it's probably the worst out of the Alex Kidd games, so then someone can come at me and say, no, have you played this one? Probably not. Throw that on me in the comments below. Monopoly. I've got notes here. Why do I need to write notes? Why? This is like when I did, what's his name? Where's Waldo or Where's Wally for everyone else? Weird Americans. I'll go with that. Where's Wally? Either way, same thing here. Who the fuck thought it'd be a good idea to say, oh, I don't know what everyone needs and wants for Christmas. Monopoly. What, the board game? No. On a console. What the fuck? Why? Why would you want it on your TV screen? The whole point of Monopoly is to get you all around a table and argue and literally want to kill each other by the end of it. Don't drink alcohol because you'll probably want to kill each other at the end of it. I repeat my sentence because it's true. Last time I played Monopoly with my sister-in-law and my wife, it nearly ended in tears and a divorce. It was horrific. However, I love it. But putting it on a console, no. It just looks terrible. Although you can argue, oh, it does all the money. I don't care. Where's the fun in shouting at a TV screen? It's not a quiz. Oh, what a pain in the arse. Like, imagine getting this for Christmas. It's like, oh, yeah, cheers. Could you just got the board game? Like, I'm getting Monopoly set this year, the Central Coast version, because it has everything about the Central Coast of Australia where I live. Don't come stalk me, I'll find me. Oh, God, who? Does anyone actually have a copy of that? If you have a copy of that, let me know. I don't know why, but just be hilarious, like what it actually is. Oh, God, why? Heroes of the Lance. This is a terrible, terrible adaptation of Dungeons & Dragons, although Dungeons & Dragons, where that franchise is at the moment, oh god. Oh god, we're not going down that again. We lost 70 subs the other day because I had a rant. We ain't gonna play that game again, okay? We ain't playing that game again, make that very clear. But you expect the Dungeons & Dragons game to offer strategy, a good character depth, and party management, and the meaningful choices. Instead, it's a clumsy side-scrolling action game that barely even uses the license. Like, honestly, it's terrible. You've got spells, stats, and classes, and the party rolls just feel broken. The movement, again, like most of these games on this list, it's just stiff, terrible. Like, did you even test this? Turning around is like you need a reverse light. It's just so awkward. Jumping feels heavy, but I assume they're wearing armor. Maybe that's their argument for it. I don't know. it's just shit. Like, even opening doors or using items is like I'm fighting with the controller at this point. And that, if I'm fighting with you to use items, no. When it comes to actually hacking your combat, the enemies lunge at you faster than you can react. So sometimes I feel like you need to be Ultra Instinct Goku to be able to react. And then when you want to try and hit them, it barely connects cleanly because of the terrible hit detection. Like, half your attacks just phase through them as if they're using Ultra Instincts or the after image techniques. And then all of a sudden, boom, they've hit you from impossible distances. It's like, fuck off. What the hell? Like, nothing about this just feels fun. Like, in theory, you're meant to be able to switch between 8 characters, but they just feel identical. Because the mechanics of the game are too shallow for you to actually go, oh yeah, this character role can do this. And when the characters die so easily, half your party disappears before you even get to use them. It's like, why? This could have been good. This could have been good if they'd actually even used the license properly. But no. It's just rubbish. And when you want to use like stuff like spells, they take too long to cast, they barely work. And because enemies are unpredictable, I didn't even know why I bother. The items are like buried treasure and barely actually do anything. Like, I didn't even know why you'd even use some of the systems. Just try and brute force your way through the game. Again, like other games in this list, sometimes it's so unfair because the enemies just spawn anywhere when they want to just to try and get a surprise death. Traps are barely visible, and your health just ends up draining so quickly. And since death is permanent for each character, like one little mistake and your whole party's gone. And that's not how it be. A game should punish you for your mistake, not for bad design. And this game is just full of it. Like, this game fails as an action game. It fails as an RPG. It fails as even a Master System title. It fails even wiping my arse after I've had diarrhea after having a big Vindaloo the night before. Like, honestly, it can't even clean that. Although, to be fair, find me a Master System cartridge that can clean my arse after having diarrhea after eating a Vindaloo. I know I threw that out there. I know that's an horrific image. But this is the sort of world me and the podcast live in. Deal with it. You're all part of it. Zillion 2. Now, the first Zillion was like this heavy exploration adventure with hacking, base infiltration, and basically a general sense of discovery, that Metroid-like adventure. So yeah, we're getting a second one. Awesome, fans be very happy with that. No, they just threw all that out the window and went, fuck it, we're going to replace it with an auto-scrolling action shooter. Most of the game, you're just in this triform bike thing, and the stage is moving automatically, so you've got no control over the pacing. The enemy placement just feels cheap, and the levels just become repetitive. And everything from the first game is just completely gone, and it's just turned to a bare-bones dodge and shoot game. Like, you can use JJ on foot, but the platforming feels terrible, and you barely do it as well, because you're on that stupid bike. Like, he's got this weird, jumpy, floaty arc. And it's not like, you know, the Belmonts. I was going to say Richter Belmont, but I was going on a tangent. It's not like Trevor Belmont, there we go. Or who's the other? Simon Belmont. You can get over his arc. No, his jump is just terrible. And also the collision detection is inconsistent, so it's like, why even bother? The game does have a handful of enemies, but again, it's the same thing over and over again, using the same strategies, the flying V. Again, I keep saying the flying V, it's just an easy way to explain it. Over and over again. Environments barely change, the level design is exactly the same, it's like a copy and paste job from Microsoft Paint. Like, it could be beaten in under an hour on your first attempt. That's not a good game. Like, bosses are weak, the patterns are crap, and the game just offers no little challenge. Again, this is meant to be a sequel. Everyone thought the first one was tough. This is just terrible. The anime atmosphere, which is where the game got most of its influence from, it's gone. Cutscenes are barely there, the world just feels terrible. Again, MS Paint. I don't even know why I bother. This should have been a cool idea, but the transformations just don't do anything. Whether you're on the bike or in your armor, everything just plays the same. Shoot forward, shoot backwards, repeat. Like, honestly, don't even bother. Just stick with Zillion and just, I don't know, cry yourself to sleep after that, because you're never going to see the second one, or you should never see the second one. Champions of Europe. Now, I like my football, soccer for the rest of the world who believe that. Either way, this game is absolutely terrible. This is not a good football game. Like, passing feels terrible, tackling barely works, and switching players, fuck it, just do whatever you want. Like, half the time the game selects the player for you, and they're nowhere near the ball. So it's like, wow, FIFA, this ain't. Like, shots have got absolutely no sense of what they're doing. Sometimes they'll just dribble like Eric the Eel, and other times they'll shoot off your boot like Wayne Rooney. I don't even know why you bother. Like, it's a piss poor version of a football game. Like, everything you think should be good in a football game is not. The AI is also terrible, so the opponent doesn't even know what to do. Like, teammates don't even help you. You think they'd help you. No, they run away. Flying V, I don't know. They just run away. It's like, no, come to the ball. I need someone to come to the ball. That's how this game works. It's very, very budget. It really is budget. I know football games were back then quite hard. Like, God, I loved Italian 90 on the Mega Drive when I was growing up. And it wasn't until, like, the later FIFA games that we started seeing what football games could be. But because the camera's just pointing down, the field visibility is terrible. And it's too close. It's hard to see what you're able to do. You've got a map in the bottom left corner, but I don't know. Don't even bother. Literally, thank God football games. Well, football games are now one of, if not the biggest games on the market. Imagine if they were like champions of Europe and that be it. Ugh. And finally, the Flintstones. Now, I love the Flintstones. It was one of those old Hanna-Barbera cartoons I absolutely loved growing up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same for some of you. However, this is one of the worst fucking games I've ever seen in my life. It can be finished in 15 minutes. I shit you not. God help when we cover this for the podcast. 15 goddamn minutes. And I will make a whole episode on it, don't you? Just you wait and see. God help the person who has to cover that for the show. There's like 3 levels. And the first one is, you're painting a fence. I shit you not. Level 1, Fred paints a wall. What? So you've got to fix a wall and paint it while making sure Pebbles doesn't be a dickhead. That's the first level. The second level is bowling, where you, Barney, go bowling. That's it. And the third one is just a bit of terrible platforming. I mean, like 2 minutes worth of platforming. And you find Pebbles, and then basically bring her to the end of the level, and you get a certificate to say you are first. 15 minutes! Swear to God, this video's longer than the whole game. Imagine you spent full $1 for that. Oh, imagine you got it for Christmas. Oh, you'd hate your parents. Oh my God, what a disgrace. But either way, that is it. 10 terrible Master Systems games that I think are just shocking. As always, let me know in the comments if there's more that I should be looking at, and thank you once again for watching, but please make sure you give this video a like. I really appreciate it, and it helps the channel grow. And until then, I'll see you all for another video. My name's been Danny. Follow your dreams.